Morning. Okay. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Jamal Bales, Executive Director with Strive Atlanta. We want to welcome you to our Aerotropolis cohort number 2 of our Certified Logistics and Inventory Control program. This has been an amazing journey for our participants about to become graduates. 8 weeks of dedicated training, showing up on days when we didn't want to, really moving towards their goals. As I always say to our participants, I thank them not for choosing Strive, but for choosing themselves and allowing us to support in that journey and process. So this would not be possible without a host of supporters, sponsors, funders, including the Community Foundation, United Way of Greater Atlanta, CarMax, several other foundations, and a special partnership that I must acknowledge with the Aerotropolis Alliance. About 6 months ago, Shannon James, who couldn't be with us today, and I met to really talk about opportunities that we needed in the Aerotropolis, South Atlanta Airport region. And so we decided to partner to promote, to recruit. They actually opened up their offices where we held our training on site in East Point. And so we really wanted to make a difference for communities in the southern footprint of the city. And so we really thank Shannon and the Aerotropolis board for their continued support. We're going to bring in our graduates.
Let's celebrate them.
Let's celebrate them, please. All right, we do have special remarks from Shannon James in his absence that we will play. Brandon, if you are prepared to do that, please do so now. Feel free to sit down. Feel free to sit.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. While we are getting our video prepped for you guys to see our message from Shannon James, I wanted to take this time to really thank our lovely cohort here who really gave us the opportunity to serve them. If you are not aware of our programming, today's culmination is really months of preparation that's been happening since March, of interactions with us as an organization. What that means is that they've been in contact with our coaching department, our training department, our job development department, to be able to really engage in what you are seeing here as the final culmination of graduation. They've been sending documentation, they've been sitting in class. They've really been engaged in learning about who they are, connecting as a cohort, in order for them to move forward and tackle the world, to be Strive ready, to be able to go into the community, to engage with employers and partners, in order for them to help move their families forward. And so I'm thankful for each and every one of you for committing to Strive. Whether you know it or not, your presence here means something. It means, one, that we're needed as an organization. It also means that your participation is a gateway for other individuals that are coming down after you. It speaks to the realness of what happens in the classroom, and I'm pretty sure we'll hear some of those testimonies later on around what it took you to get here. And so we're glad that you partnered with us. We're happy about the partnership, and we're looking forward to continue to support you. And so you'll hear about that throughout the rest of the program, about what does it mean to now complete the step to move forward. The other thing about this program is that it's a 7-week training, right? It's not 1 or 2 days. It's 7 weeks of commitment. And they committed for 7 weeks to be with us, to give us their time, their energy, gas sometimes, when you had to go to the different hard skills training sites. And they showed up every day, they supported each other, and here they are to show their families and friends in the community that this was worth it. So we're thankful for you being here today and celebrating with us. And so as we are moving through the celebration, take the time to really sit in this moment. Because the hard work that you did in our start readiness training was worth it. The work that you did getting your certifications with OSHA 10, with forklift, with Chattanooga Tech, with our certified logistics, the quality inventory control training that you received, all that needs to be celebrated. So sit in that and celebrate that. And as you're going to continue to work with Ms. Lisa Burns towards employment placement, think about the classroom times and think about those skills that you learned when you're sitting in front of an employer interviewing. Remember what Mr. Clarence taught you in class about being present, speaking about your skill set. You know, all those things culminate to where we're going to help support you moving next. So as we are moving forward on programming, we'll check to see if our video is ready. If not, we'll go ahead and ask Mr. Clarence, who really had a hand in your initial journey, to come in, celebrate with you guys. It was not a surprise for us that he was coming, but I'm sure it was a surprise for you guys that he was here. So we're excited. We're excited to have him speak in just a second, but we will hear the welcome from Mr. Shannon James.
Hello to our Aerotropolis cohort, family and friends, and all those who have gathered today to celebrate this joyous occasion. My name is Shannon James, President and CEO of the Aerotropolis Atlanta Alliance, where we're focused on regional economic competitiveness surrounding Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Now, I know you heard economic, but workforce development continues to serve as an anchor in our initiative, a vision of an inclusive ecosystem, a rising tide that lifts all boats. And thanks to our partnership with Strive Atlanta, that vision has become even closer to reality. But more importantly, with the graduation of our recent cohort, congratulations to all of our graduates today for fighting through adversity, for fighting through those dark days, and now completing your goal. And so now I want to ask you to do one thing. The one thing that you did when you decided to push forward and start this process. The one thing that you did to fight and finish this process, and you're going to need it after this process, is to believe. Continue to believe in yourself, believe in your talents, believe in your skills, because we believe in you. Congratulations to our recent cohort and good luck. We're rooting for you. And thank you for allowing the Aerotropolis Atlanta Alliance to play a role in your future. Now let's take care of business.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon James, for those remarks. Not sure if you're online, but if you are, thank you. So at this time, we are going to call Mr. Clarence Jackson up to the podium to really celebrate you guys. You guys were really engaged with him in the 30 weeks of start. He shared some very challenging words for you to kind of be motivated in the work. So at this time, let's welcome Mr. Clarence.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You guys should be excited. You completed something. And I know that comes across as, well, it means every day. But this is intentional. Think back for a moment where over the past 5 years in your life, when the last time you did something intentional? A lot of times our life just happens to us when we react to it. You decided to sign up for Strive. You decided to go to orientation. You decided to sit on Zoom 3 weeks here in my mouth. You decided to go onto your hard skill. You decided to show up every day. Think back for the 5 years of your lives. Where you done it. You can celebrate yourself today because you was intentional about being successful. And look where you are today. beautiful, bright, strong, confident. Because you was intentional about the actions, the words, the behaviors associated with you being here today. Now imagine if you're intentional tomorrow. Imagine if you're intentional the day after. Imagine if you're intentional for 365 days. Where would you be? You'll be where you want to be. So it's imperative that you decide where I want to be this time next year. Because now, you know the power of intention. You know the power of your effort. You know the power of you. I had the honor and pleasure of being with you for the first 3 weeks of this program to help you to realize that you are incredible, that you are powerful, that you are magnificent. And that doesn't take away any of the flaws that we have because what we are human. There are days you didn't want to turn your cameras on. There are days that you didn't want to travel to hard skills. There are days that you didn't want to show up, and those days are going to happen. But it's when you're intentional about where you want to be and who you want to be, that intention oversteps and overpowers the times that you don't want to do something. Because again, look at the product. Look at the outcome. Look at you today. I love graduation time because it's a time of reflection. It's a time of celebration. But it's only a minute. It's only a moment in time. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, celebrate today. Because you've earned it. So give yourselves a round of applause. Take this moment, young students. Take the next hour, celebrate with your peers. Take the subsequent hours, even the subsequent day, and share that moment with your family. But come Monday, it's back to business. It's back to being intentional about becoming successful. On your terms. You have the power to get to where you want to be, and you already demonstrated it. Oftentimes, we like to look back at our lives and say, all the mistakes that we made, and it weighs on us. Well, let's focus on what we've overcome. Let's focus on the strength that we were able to muster in our darkest moments. Because that's when you were the strongest. And you can still be strong. You still are strong. So come Monday morning, let's get to work. Let's go out there and get it. Because like I was telling a bunch of other students, workforce development is an adult term for let's get this money. And all of us want to get this money. But like I told you, you can only demand what you demonstrate. So if you want that $60,000 job, you want that $50,000 job, what are you bringing to the table? It's not your feelings because you know you got bills, because you know your family needs this. What are you going to demonstrate to an employer, to a partner, to an opportunity that you deserve to sit at that table and you deserve to be led into that door? How are you going to articulate your strengths, articulate your weaknesses, showcase to them that you have a plan to overcome all that and become the person that's going to be of value to any room you enter? Like I said for the first 3 weeks of this program, don't just be present, be in presence. Walk in and fill the room up with who you are. Takes effort, takes focus, takes intention. So we're going to be intentional about celebrating ourselves. We're going to be intentional about being happy in this moment. We're going to be intentional about those next steps. I'm here to serve you as any more that I can. Thank you for Strive. Thank you for you showing up. It has been the utmost pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to be part of that journey. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no. You see each other smile anymore. Which one is going on your right? Who's going on your right? Who's going on your left? I'm going to the corner on your left. Goggles or gloves. I always say use gloves because it will burn your hands. Come on in. So we're gonna. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. All right. So we're gonna look at it. We're gonna come over on this side and left it loosey. We're gonna disconnect the tank, the line from the tank. So step in here.
Wonderful presentation and, special, for, Beyonce, who actually one of the first people that you saw there, so she was, they were the style of my video, so thank you for that. Everybody, well, good morning, I have the distinct pleasure of presenting our final speaker. Financial empowerment, building wealth, and being strategic with the job search are only a few descriptions of Mr. Anthony Field. As we watched him throughout his time at Atlanta journey, he would always drop some knowledge for all of his time at Atlanta and New York colleagues. It's one thing to have the knowledge. It's another thing to empower others to retrieve the knowledge and to take action upon it. Whether it's referencing books to read or providing helpful insight on any topic, is a person others look to provide. I remember one thing that he said, when you're going through some things, there's always a book about it. Understanding that while you may feel lonely, you're never alone, because you're part of the Strong Atlanta family. During the program, he shared his true stories, he stayed up late to finish his homework, and was the first one to finish and pass his MSSP certified logistics exam in record time. It was evident when I met him that he was had a thirst for learning, and his innate ability to uplift and support his fellow strong peers always propelled him to succeed in anything that he put his mind to. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Mr. Anthony Field, graduate of our certified logistics program.
Morning.
Like things, learning, such kind of words. Nobody ever thought of that. So it's good to hear that. So I like that. And going to start, I have 3 minutes. So I'm trying to keep to those 3 minutes. And my classmates know I can talk. And so I try to keep to the 3 minutes. I'm first of all, classmates, congratulations. We exceptional group of people. And you look very stand out the way you look this morning. So today I'm just give a small speech. I didn't prepare anything, but I know what I'm going to say. And so I'm going to take you back to the beginning of this drive program for me. And maybe my classmates can kind of echo some of these feelings. So several weeks ago, I decided that I wanted to make a change. Several weeks ago, I was in the midst of trying to figure out what that change was. I was online and I come across an ad. It says drive Atlanta. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what is drive? I don't know. Keep going. Lo and behold, I saw the same ad again. This time when I saw the ad, it says drive Atlanta. It said logistics certification, Ocean 10, and forklift training. And so again, I wondered to myself, I said, I don't need to drive a forklift. I don't need one logistics training. What is Ocean 10? So again, I skipped past the ad. But that ad had planted a seed in me. That ad had stayed with me in my mind. Even as I shut it. So as I told my wife, I said, this program going on, and they talk about logistics. I don't even know what logistics is, but they talk about it. Do you think I should give it a try? She said, if you're looking for a change, absolutely. I said, well, before I go, I have other things that I can do. There was a construction program going on that I could have gotten into. I could have obviously went back to a class that I wanted to pay for, whatever the case may be. But something came over me and said, oh, you don't know what's in front of you. You don't know what the program is going to offer you. Take a shot. You want to change, move forward. So I found myself at the end of the program, driving up Camp 3 Parkway, pulling up to this big brown building, opening that door. I think I was about 5 minutes late. When I opened the door, a group of people I had never seen before. People walking around, papers, TVs, people online on TV, everything. And I'm thinking to myself, have I done the right thing? I'm an introvert by nature. Even though I do talk a lot, I don't have a lot of friends. However, when I was in here, I'm thinking to myself, did I do the right thing? Am I in the right place? Maybe I should turn around. I did turn around, I sat down, and now I'm looking at my great classmates. Didn't know any of them before then. I'm now looking at my great classmates, but I'm also looking at people on TV. And Lord and behold, they're looking at me. And I'm sitting there thinking, is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to do? Class ended for that day. I left. And I had to think about it. Is this something I want to do? Do I really want to interact with all these people I don't know? Do I really want to be online with people I've never seen before? The answer to that question was, I did. I showed up the next day. So as we go into the program, as Mr. Jackson stated, our first couple of weeks were online. As you already know, Mr. Jackson was our online instructor. Mr. Jackson still is doing the same thing now that he's doing back at the beginning of this program, which is provide inspiration. And so now I'm online with my classmates, and I'm online with people who go, I'm online with Mr. Jackson, and I'm still thinking in my mind, is this what I want to do? Some of my classmates share stories within 3 weeks. Some of my other classmates from the build, they share their stories. And so as I started to listen to these people's stories, I began to realize that a lot of these people are something a lot of these people have been through things that I don't know about to make through that same situation. A lot of these people have been hurt. A lot of these people are not optimistic about the future. So we got through the first 3 weeks. Now I'm comfortable being online. Now somebody says the real training starts. I'm thinking to myself, the real training? Where do you have to go? Are we not going to be online anymore? That's what I was saying. So I'm back at this brown building, Ocean 10 training. What is Ocean 10? I don't know what that is. 2 days later, Ocean 10 certification, great instructor. Is the program over yet? Not quite. Now we have to go to more training. What was the next training? Logistics. What was the first word that came off the man's mouth? There's going to be a test. And so just like everybody else, you probably can hear my knees knocking together. Because everyone's getting know when somebody says test, we all get excited. And so I went home and I'm thinking to myself, if I want to take this test, maybe I can just take my safety training before we get done. And as I went back and I got into the information, we had another great instructor who really was detailed about what he was teaching and the opportunities that were in the logistics field. And it was at that time that I realized, okay, maybe this is not so bad. And so I began to do a little research on my own. And I began to see all the opportunities that will be available for me if I was able to do this training. The opportunities are endless and they're available. We're also in the perfect spot being in Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia being one of the places that are hub for logistics. So I passed my logistics test. I told Ms. Burns that day, my mother, I was dealing with sickness with my mother. I barely made it to the test that day. So each one of us has fought through something like that. That test day for me was the day that I really had to make the determination. Okay, I'm going to still go forward. Even though I'm dealing with things, I'm still going to move forward. So back to the logistics training. I left quickly. Is it over? No, not quite. Still got forklift training. More training? Do I need to know how to drive a forklift? Is that important to me? Went to that training. Training was fun. As you can tell, we drive forklifts, watch my classmates, learn new things, great instructor. And so now we're here, 7 weeks later. And so now I think back on the opportunity that I would have missed if I decided to give up. I think back on all the great people that I would have not known about if I would have said, nah, I'm going to do something else. This program has provided a lot of people with a lot of things. But for me, it has provided me with a different outlook. It provided me with a coaching and new set of friends. It's provided me with a place that I know that I can go and talk to with something going on. And this program has really changed my perspective and outlook going forward as far as work. And so to my classmates, I congratulate each and every one of you. I've got to look for wrong. He's not here. But I say congratulations to each and every one of you. That I know each and every one of you have stories like mine. I know some days it's something else. I know that you didn't have to be here. You didn't have to go through the 7 weeks like everybody else was here. And I'm proud of you. And as you always know, I hope we can talk to you this time next year. I hope that you can tell me about your job. I hope that some of you guys go on to really realize your greatness. When I talk to you guys down the road, I know some of you guys want to tell me the supervisor. I know some of you guys want to tell me you remain the whole department. And I do know that we had some entrepreneurs to deal with. But so, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for listening to me around. But I really do appreciate you being here this morning. It's not a lot of people in the building, but everybody is here to really appreciate you being here to celebrate with us. We are going to celebrate for this next 30 minutes or so. But like Mr. Jackson said, I want to I think you all know who must do. I think you all know what time it is. And I think Shroud does a good job. So I thank you. With all that being said, I have 5 minutes. Good time.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So I'm honored to be striving for a coach. And I'm cold. And we appreciate your time and having you here with us to celebrate our participants as they come to the conclusion of this great program that they started. So at this time, we are Mr. Anthony Jewell. Mr. Benjamin Collinsworth. Mr. Big as fun. Miss Ayana Jackson. Miss Jill Lippy.
One, two, three. One time, 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Patrick Lindstrom. Mr. Walter Snow.
One, two, three. And 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Ryan Pearl.
And 1, 2, 3.
Miss Keontae Rose.
Oh. 1, 2, 3. And the last one. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Tony Toller.
1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3.
And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Mika Walker. All right, let's give everybody if we can just take 10 seconds to really celebrate and give a loud applause to our graduates for this cohort.
Yes.
As Ms. Burns is coming up to give us some conclusion remarks, I want you to know as the program director for Charlotte Atlanta that I am here to support you in your journey, which means that as you're connecting with your career coach, Ms. Lisa Burns, that I as a director am also here to be a voice for you in the community with our partners. So please stay connected with us, continue to let us know how to make this program. Ms. Burns. Thank you, friend. So now we are coming to a conclusion, not from your studies and participating in the trial, but entering your next chapter. So what's the next step? Where do we go from here? That's right, we are not leaving you alone, Ms. Watson and myself and Ms. Cole. Nothing only nothing. So, you can get rid of it. I know you all are very excited to know that you no longer be receiving text messages early in the morning when you're talking. We know that you're reading with your email. Have you read all the emails? Wow, what a job, right? So wait a minute. So some of you are still working with me on job places. You had some that have interviews, so those are ongoing. So I will be following up with you, of course, on your job interview. Some will be finishing up with marks and on career coaching. There's some things that we need to finalize in some of the career goals that you said that you wanted to do. So that is in today's year. Alumni service. So Ms. Ryan has talked to you about alumni services and all the wonderful offerings that alumni services have. So after graduation, you will be receiving a welcoming gift for alumni services, and we want to make sure that you do make sure that you join the LinkedIn group for alumni services. That way you can be familiar with and know all of the upcoming projects or such as with LinkedIn, so job searching activities, skill line literacy, all the things that are still going on with Drive. And last, one of the things that we're going to be following up on with is documentation. So we'll still need that documentation from you. So don't say, oh my goodness, this is what we call no. So we're still going to get in contact with you because we'll still need the documentation. So as we close out, as a reminder, who all felt it, we are so very proud of you. And you'll always be a member of the Drive Atlanta family. We're not just strangers. We're not just people that you pass on the street. We are the Drive Atlanta family, and we are here to provide you with support every way that we can. So when we talk about Drive Atlanta family, we have a very important family member that would like to come up and provide us with a song. So we're going to have Ms. Fox come up to the stage. Sometimes it feels cold and you feel all alone. Hang on in there. I know they're coming. You can good, you can happy and it's sad. But just remember that better days are coming. Will you all by yourself? But don't cry. The better days are coming. Oh, better days are here. Days are coming. Right. It's holiday season, yeah. For you're going through, yeah. So stay focused and never lose sight. I know people, they are scared of feeling inside, but keep on smiling now, 'cause everything will be alright. But you're hungry, you're hungry. Yeah. By the time it is through.
There's nowhere close after. There's nowhere close after that beautiful rendition. Let's give her another round of applause. The only thing from that is that we know better days are ahead. For all of us, and especially for you graduates, as you move into the next step of your journey, as Mr. Clarence said, it's about Monday. It's about what happens next. We want to celebrate, but we want to get back to the work. So we appreciate you all. We celebrate you. We are so proud of each and every one of our graduates and love having you as part of the Strive family. To those friends and family in our audience, we have some support of the sponsors. This doesn't happen without you all to continue to motivate, continue to push. And we ask that you just continue to do that for each of our graduates. With that, cohort 2, prepare for work. So the program is not up. We already got pictures. We have a couple of pictures that we have to capture. For our graduates, the Monday is going to help coordinate that with our photographer, and then we are free to go. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Right here, dead center. We're going to get a few pictures. Okay.
Oh, there you go.